From one end of the United States to the other, thousands of demonstrators took to the streets on Earth Day, critical of U.S. President Donald Trump, saying he is turning his back on common sense and widely supported science that shows a human component to climate change.
I came here because I think the denial of science is dangerous for our planet. It's going to kill our planet. It's dangerous for our country, and it's dangerous for all living things. One promise Trump has kept since the campaign trail has been his vow to put jobs ahead of the environment, including ending what he calls the U.S. war on coal.
I am taking historic steps to lift the restrictions on American energy, to reverse government intrusion, and to cancel job-killing regulations.
Trump is accused of trying to water down the U.S. Clean Water Act, making it easier for coal mines to dump residue into streams and rivers, harmful elements that could affect drinking water. Aaron Savage works for the environmental group Appalachian Voices.
The very orange color comes from dissolved iron that's precipitated out of the water into the stream bed. These small streams all go to larger rivers that can be drinking water sources.
My administration is putting in...
Critics at home and abroad say while Trump is clinging to the past and burning fossil fuels, China has become the world leader in developing solar, wind, and other alternative forms of energy. The U.S. is considering pulling out of the historic Paris Climate Agreement, the coordinated effort to limit emission of so-called greenhouse gases, blamed for the rise in global temperatures.
What
President Trump did to practically erase everything President Obama had committed to doing in environmental issues, and watching the videos and the vulnerability of our countries in the face of climate change, forces all of us to make a much greater effort.
The Arctic is warming faster than any other place on Earth. The Trump administration has indicated it wants to make it easier for companies to drill for oil offshore. Critics say all they can do is keep the heat on Trump.
The fact that we have to support facts is ridiculous, but someone has to.
Global leaders say the U.S. needs to make it clear where it stands on the all-important Paris Agreement. But even if the U.S. decides to stay in, many believe because of Trump's policy changes, it would be impossible for the U.S. to meet its mandate of reducing carbon emissions by nearly 26% by the year 2025. Sean Callebs, CGTN in Washington.